'cause it ain't easy. Get the bang for your buck, give your dollar a squeezy. The girl's got the answer, you better believe me. Take it from Tara. Take it from Tara.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Catherine Furrow, and I am filling in this evening for Tara Bassett, who is actually on assignment right now. Hello, Tara. We miss you, and we love you very much. This edition of Take It From Tara is sponsored by the Magnificent Effort to Combat Human Trafficking and Team Bravo of Rodan and Fields. Musical guest Rusty Bladen. Hey, Rusty. Thanks for coming. We're excited to hear you play here in just the next few minutes. We have Kim Torres, who is on her way with Art from the Heart. We have Tommy Arnold, who's here to talk about the Feast on Equality. Walter Oster to tell us about the wounded warriors that he helps so freely. And John Leffert was supposed to be here with the Jewish Community Center. He could not make it tonight. There was an emergency. So in his place, we will have Todd Ziegler with the Alley Theater. But first, I want to welcome you, Tommy, and thank you so much for coming and to talk about the Feast for Equality.
Well, thank you so much for having us tonight.
I'm pleased to have you here. Will you sit here with me while Rusty plays a song for us?
I think I can handle that.
Okay. Rusty, what do you have for us first tonight?
Well, I have a song off of my second album. I wrote this one for my little brother.
Okay.
And my little brother paints houses for a living, and he loves it. He does it 7 days a week. He won't even take a day off hardly.
Wow,
And,
that is dedication.
I love my job, too. But he's always been bigger than me, so I wrote this song for him.
Awesome.
Six in the morning, sun's coming up. Tony's out back, loading up his truck with ladders and brushes and paint and stuff. He's ready to go to work in a faded blue flannel shirt. Starts up his engine, heads down the road. It's a beautiful day, but it's a little bit cold. Gonna do the job like he'd been told. Always keeps his word. Wearing a blue flannel shirt, no fancy tie, no cutaway coat, and no tight white collar choking his throat. And he says he's proud of a little bit of dirt and the freedom that he feels in a blue flannel shirt. Well, he bought that shirt back in '93 at a yard sale out on Walnut Street. With the wife and kids, he's making ends meet, always down to earth, wearing a blue flannel shirt. Now look up there, he's 40 feet high. Excuse him while he paints the sky. He's my brother, he's a hell of a guy, and I know what he's worth when I see that blue flannel shirt. No fancy tie and no cutaway coat, no tight white collar choking his throat. And he says he's proud of a little bit of dirt and the freedom that he feels, yeah, the freedom that he feels in a blue flannel shirt. No fancy tie, no cutaway coat, no tight white collar choking his throat. I know he's proud of a little bit of dirt and the freedom that he feels, yeah, the freedom that he feels, the freedom that he feels in a blue flannel shirt.
Laden, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that's off
Thank
your
you.
second album, right?
Yes, it is.
What's the title of that album?
The title of the album is called Everything for Everybody because it has a little blues, a little reggae, a little country, a little
everything
rock.
for
It's a
everybody.
yeah.
What a wonderful tribute to your brother. Thank you. I look
you.
forward to hearing some more here in just a few minutes.
Thanks.
Well, we have Tommy Arnold. Hello again, Tommy.
How are you?
I'm excited to have you here, and I know that Tara was excited to have you on.
Yeah.
You have an amazing project, and I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about the project in just a minute, but tell us a little bit about yourself. So you are from Hopkinsville.
That's right.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm from Hopkinsville, out in West Kentucky. I went to school at UK, and
Go Wildcats.
well, I have to be careful who I say that around there.
I know you're safe in here. We've got the doors locked. Nobody can get you.
You know, it's kind of funny having gone to UK
Yeah.
and raising funds for U of L.
Yeah.
So just had to put that out there.
You have your own personal civil war brewing inside your heart, right?
Yeah, you know, but you know, it's all about the kids and the mission. So
Definitely.
You know,
Well,
yeah.
why don't you tell us about the kids and the mission? Tell us now. The organization is called Feast on Equality.
That's
right?
correct.
Tell us a little bit how it got started, and just give us some background and history.
All right. So Brian Buford is the director for the LGBT Center down at U of L.
Okay.
And in 2008, he approached me. He gave me a call and told me a little bit about the work that he's doing with the students. And so I just told him, I was like, after I heard about the work that he's doing, I was like, well, let's sit down with the students. Let's have a little Q&A session and figure out what's going on. So after having asked them a slew of questions and figuring out what direction they were going in, what they would like to have, what they currently receive from the office. After that conversation, I met with Brian afterwards, and I asked him, I said, so what's going on with these students? What do they need? What's going on with them right now? And that's when he told me that there were about 8 students who had recently come out to their parents and had been told to stay away from, not to come home for Thanksgiving because they just come out.
Gosh, I can't imagine. I think we were talking just before we went on air. I can't imagine telling my children not to come home for any reason, but much less that reason. So there's this need, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened next?
Well, you know, it really touched my heart. It grabbed me immediately because, you know, I kind of went through that with my dad's side of the family for almost 10 years. So I know how devastating that can be to somebody during that age that's when they need their support the most. And so I told Brian that we were going to be having Thanksgiving. I didn't care if it was at his house or mine, but we were going to be having Thanksgiving for these students.
That's great.
And we were about maybe a week and a half out. So I called up a few friends, raised some money, a few $100, and enough to buy some turkeys, and the rest we were bringing from home. So the rest was potluck, made all the staples, and the rest of the students, they brought a dish themselves so they could feel like they contribute and have more of a sense of family.
Yeah, so they created their own family in a sense
Exactly.
doing this. Yeah.
So, but what was so amazing was from that initial conversation with Brian, it was 8 students. And then the next day it grew to over 40. Wow. And by the time the last student went through, we served over 115 students.
Oh my gosh. So there was that great of a need for these students to be able to celebrate Thanksgiving somewhere, anywhere.
You know, it was nothing fancy. We did it in the Red Barn. And, you know, we were obviously had no budget for this. And but I have to say that it was probably one of the most special, intimate moments of doing this whole thing.
Yeah.
And so the next year it grew to we had over 250 people.
Wow.
And the following years have been the same. And so now, you know, it essentially runs itself. It's the students' thing. They own this thing, and that's what's so great about this.
Awesome.
It's not only a time for them to celebrate Thanksgiving with each other and to show support for those who don't have a home to go to. It's a social thing as well. So it's just a great thing that the students now own, and hopefully it'll always be there for them.
That's amazing.
And so after the second and third year of this thing, you know, I saw the energy that surrounded this, and there were tons of people throughout the entire community that wanted to get involved. They wanted to participate, but, you know, we're at capacity down there. You know, we could only have 250 people
That's
in
the
there.
alarm for the need. Right? There's a need. There's a need. Yeah.
But, you know, we're at max capacity at 250 people down there. So we're unfortunately having to tell people from the community no.
Wow.
You know, if you want to give, you have to, you know, give funds or give in some other way.
Sure.
And so I wanted to harness that energy and focus it towards doing more for these students.
Okay.
And so this past year, I formed a committee, and together we started Feast on Equality.
Wow.
And Feast on Equality is an evening benefiting the LGBT Center down at U of L.
Okay.
Last year, we had 320 guests. The mayor came. We had several other elected officials there, and we raised over we raised over $86,000.
$86,000. That's incredible.
Yeah, $86,000 that night in our first year, and had 320 guests. It was the biggest night of my life.
Yeah.
And we have a video presentation where we have these testimonials from students to tell their story about what they've experienced, and then also what the LGBT Center has had, what kind of impact that's had on their lives.
Sure.
And, you can't help but just be pulled into this thing. I mean, it's...
I know, my heartstrings, and being a mom, my heartstrings are just pulling and tugging. How can people help if they want to help support the feast? Or what kind of help do you need? That's probably the better question. What kind of help do you guys need right now?
Well, there are lots of things going on. First of all, I would say come to the event. You can purchase... We're doing all of our tickets sales online this year at feastonequality.com.
Okay.
And you can purchase a table, you can purchase tickets. If you cannot come to the event, you will also see a tab on there where you can do a one-time donation. So if you can't come to the event, you can still contribute.
Okay.
And so
how much are tickets?
Tickets are $100, and tables of 10 are $1,000.
Okay, that's great.
And so we will have Don G and Brian Good from Wave 3.
They're great.
They'll be our MCs for the night.
They're awesome.
And we're also giving Dr. Ramsey an award that night. I can't give all the details.
Okay. Shh, don't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll be doing that, and then we'll also have our presentation, again, doing some more testimonials, and also showing, this year we're going to be able to show our donors what actual impact they had on these students' lives because of the funds that were raised last year. And that's what's so exciting, because we can't wait to tell them what all they were able to do above and beyond what they were able to do before, because they've had a direct impact on these students' lives.
Well, yeah. And it seems like such a one-on-one effort too with there's something, and I think there is something about being from the South too, when you can give somebody a good warm meal. It makes them feel like they're at home. And I didn't go away to college, but I did certainly move away to New York to pursue my professional career. And I think Thanksgiving for me was one of the loneliest times of year. Yeah. I had a very supportive family, but I was so far away. Yeah. So, even for those folks that can't make it home for other reasons, that have, those things going on in their life.
Sure.
Well, for the actual Thanksgiving dinner itself, now, does that take place on Thanksgiving?
No, that takes place on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Okay. And do you need volunteers for that, or how can people help?
We actually have everything covered.
Oh, good. Wow.
Like I said, the students own this thing. They take care of all that stuff.
That's so great.
Like I said, at this point, we're trying to raise funds to implement and maintain programs that we've been able to because of last year's funds that we raised from Feast on Equality.
That's great.
A couple of things that I would like to share is that, we're able to raise the bar this year and do so much more for these students because of our corporate sponsors.
Okay.
This year we have Brown-Forman, Humana, and PNC Bank, and many other sponsors that have been very generous in helping us to be able to do even more. If you do want to come to our event, I would encourage you to go ahead and make your ticket purchases now, because we've already sold over 300 tickets.
You're kidding.
And we have a max capacity of about 450, and our invitations have been out less than a week.
Oh my gosh.
So I would encourage everybody to get online, purchase your tickets now, because it will be sold out.
That's amazing. Give us the web address again.
It's feastonequality.com.
Feastonequality.com. They can go there to purchase the tickets. Tickets are $100 a piece or $1,000 for a table of 10.
That's
right?
correct.
Excellent. Well, thank you so very much. We really appreciate, Tommy, you being here and sharing Feast on Equality with us. And happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks to the Magnuson effort to block human trafficking for their sponsorship of Take It from Tara.
Women and children are frequent potential victims of human traffickers associated with international criminal organizations. Vulnerable to false promises of job opportunities in other countries, many of those who accept these offers from what appear to be legitimate sources find their documents destroyed, their lives or the lives of their families threatened with harm, or bonded by a debt they have no chance of repaying. Human trafficking also includes persons who are trafficked into forced marriages, sweatshops, plantations, or domestic service. What can you do to stop these heinous practices? To learn more, visit humantrafficking.org, sponsored by the Magnuson effort to combat human trafficking.
Sitting in for Tara Bassett, and I've got a good friend coming in here to take a seat with me. This is Walt, and is it Oster? Oster. I see.
Okay.
You know, it's the lack of coffee in my system, Walt.
All right.
Come on in and have a seat. Would you sit with me while Rusty plays us another song?
I will.
That would be wonderful. This is Rusty Bladen. Rusty, what do you have for us next?
I have a song. Well, I was just listening to your conversation and tried to think of something that might be on topic tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you.
It's called The Choice. Jimmy's mama said, boy, you're just like your dad. Neither one of you will ever be nothing. His mama didn't know her words had hurt him so. She might as well drove the last nail in his coffin. And a couple years faded away. Jimmy quit school on his 17th birthday. What you see in the mirror, and do you like the sound of your own voice? Are you a winner? Are you a loser? Do you really have a choice? Yeah, you got a choice. Back in Dudley Town, Jimmy hangs around, wishing he could see hope in the future. Nobody understands. He wants to be a man. He needs a girl to help him feel better. And a couple years faded away. Jimmy's girl Lisa had a baby boy Friday. Do you like what you see in the mirror? The sound of your own voice. Are you a winner? Are you a loser? Do you really have a choice? Yeah, you've got a choice. Hungry baby cries, mama wipes his eyes. Daddy just couldn't handle all the pressure. He left his family responsibilities, made him wanna get out of the picture. And a couple years faded away. Will another boy's life be going down the same way?
Rusty, now which album is that song off of?
That's on a live album.
Oh.
And it may just end up on the new studio album, too.
Very nice. Because you've got one coming up, you say,
yes,
in March?
In March.
Okay, and that's going to drop on iTunes, is that right?
That will drop on iTunes.
Nice. Very good. Well, we've got another one coming up from you after we speak with Walt here, but this is Mr. Walt Oster. Walt, it is a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me be here.
Walt is with the Wounded Warrior Project, and that is a subject very near and dear to my heart. I had mentioned to you when I met you at the Monster Mash,
Right.
supporting the Arrow Fund, that my father is is a wounded warrior, and I'm also a carrier of Agent Orange syndrome, second generation. So tell us what's going on with the Wounded Warrior Project right now.
Well, I'm the current commander of Team 12, which is made up from all members of the military, most all of them special operations guys. Mm-hmm. I got with me today the former commander of Navy SEALs sitting out there.
Wonderful.
And there's two local mothers here in town, Kim Dunkelberger and Beverly Hill, and her son Josh.
Okay.
Dunkelberger, and they have been working feverishly about putting on this concert where all the proceeds go to the Wounded Warrior Program.
Okay.
And that's where I came in and assisted them.
Sure.
And told them that we want to make this thing successful.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing in J.D. Shelburne for the entertainment.
Nice. Yeah, that's great.
We have a sit-down meal to eat, and it's just going to be it's this Friday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's coming up. Tomorrow night at midnight is the last time, because of the food preparation, will be the last time that you can get a reservation.
Okay.
But it's $50 a person.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, $50 a person. I mean, I've got 6 tables of 8 for Team 12 of all of our different associates and people of the military area here. But we want people to come and to support our warriors. All the money goes to our wounded. We had something last weekend where we had about 2,000 people come.
That's amazing.
Out in Oldham County.
Oh, well, that's great.
And we were there as well. But like I said, we have all kinds of activities going on for our Wounded Warrior Project.
Okay.
Their headquarters are in Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Okay.
We have different fishing trips. We have canoe trips. Everything you can imagine. If people even have tickets to different venues, we like to get those. Why waste your tickets, like to a U of L ball game or something, when they could just send them here to the radio station?
Sure.
Any kind of tickets. And we see that the guys have some kind of activity to go to.
That's wonderful. Tell us a little bit more for those of us listening that don't know about the Wounded Warrior Project. So those are some of the services you were talking about, being able to go on to special events and that sort of thing. But what else do you do?
Our Team 12, which, like I said, are made up of every branch of the military, we have our own team of 12 men and women, and we bury the homeless. We make sure that the less fortunate are taken care of, and we visit them in nursing homes. We had a lady recently that had no one.
Oh, wow.
But she had us.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, she did.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And when we buried her with a full, we had 6 sheriff cars, thanks to Sheriff Aubrey. He is always so good to help us when we take our people to the final resting place. And we do a whole lot of things here in town. I work with a lot of the boys that's lost limbs and arms. We help them to actually pointed in the right direction, whether it be employment, medical treatment, or whatever. And we're all volunteers. I'm just a volunteer. I'm also a retired Louisville Metro police officer.
Okay. Well, wonderful. How many years were you on the force?
26.
Wow.
And but my heart right now is with the military and our wounded, because that's so important to us as a team, because we have guys that have knowledge, and why sit and waste that knowledge when they can use that to help these young men that's coming back? And a lot of people take us for granted. They don't really know what we can do and how strong that we'll go about doing it.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, we recovered 32 veterans, our Team 12 did, that were in the warehouse here in Louisville and made Fox News. So,
oh, well, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's
so,
incredible.
but we do all kinds of different things, but most of our stuff is strictly helping the less fortunate, the homeless, the helpless, the people that don't have the knowledge, the know-how, the veterans that are in their late 80s, 90s that I have little ladies that call sometime, and I don't know what to do. My husband, this and that, and so we simply are just a conduit for assistance.
That's wonderful. I know that that's so scary. I mentioned my dad, and I know that my mom, so many times she gets frustrated because there are services that he needs and things that he needs, and she just doesn't know how to reach out. Now, you said you have a friend with you. Does he want to come in and be interviewed, or is he just here to support you?
He's
just smiling.
Yeah, he's an old former Navy SEAL.
I love it.
He just stays in the shadows all the time, but he's with me just about every day.
Very good. Well, let's reiterate some of the stuff about this fundraiser again. So
it's going to be at the Wildwood Country Club.
Okay.
This coming Friday at 7 p.m. But to get tickets now, they need to call Kim Dunkelberger.
Okay.
At 502-477-1738.
Okay.
Or they can, let me give them my number because it's easy to remember.
Wonderful.
502-548-2020.
548-2020.
My name is Walt,
Okay.
Walt Oster, and I'll help everybody to get the tickets. And like I said, there's going to be music. It's a concert for heroes, for the Wounded Warrior Project. All of our funds go directly for our program.
That's wonderful. Well, Walt, thank you so much for coming. It's so good to see you. And let's talk about our bracelets. You gave me this wonderful bracelet. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a beautiful red, white, and blue braided bracelet. And
made out of paracord by the soldiers.
Wonderful.
They send them to us from all over the world. And whenever we send them boxes, we always get some of these back and stuff.
Well, that's great. I am honored. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Walt.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you got two lovely daughters.
Oh, thank you. I'm a little proud. Can you tell?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Rusty, you've got something else for us.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This one that's going to be on the new album.
Okay, wonderful.
It's called The Cell Phone Song. Or, in parentheses, The Real Thing.
The Real Thing. Awesome.
It's for people who are in love.
Okay.
With their cell phones.
I think I have a relationship with mine.
Honey, put down your smartphone, baby. Give your thumbs a rest. You got 1 million friends on Facebook. You got me right here in the flesh. I don't know who you're texting, but if you want to make a real connection, get off that internet and come and get the real thing. We're going out on the town tonight. I'll order up some chicken wings. I want to hear you sweet talk, baby. Don't want to hear your cell phone ring. Well, I know you'll feel much better if you'd only let me tweet your Twitter. Get off of that internet. Come and get the real thing. Well, this world is going crazy. People texting way too much. I'm not dumb, I'm not lazy. I just need a little human touch. Honey, turn out the light. Come and snuggle up right here. You're looking good and the time is right. Wait a minute, what's that I hear? OMG, WTF, LOL, you're my BFF now. Get off that internet. Come and get the real thing. I said, get off that internet and come and get the real thing.
Oh my God. Awesome. Rusty Blake. I don't think I can talk for him. Well, should I ask you what your inspiration was for that song?
Sure. Sitting out on the porch with my wife one beautiful summer night.
Yeah.
She's having a glass of wine. I'm having a beer. We're having a great conversation. At least I thought we were having a great conversation until I looked over and she was on her cell phone like that. I was talking to myself for 15 minutes. So I thought, well, I need to write a song for that.
Yeah, the tweet and the Twitter. That just pretty much got me. And you say this may be on the new album.
This will be on the new album.
This will be on the, well, I'm definitely getting that album. Thank you, Rusty.
Thank you.
Well, I have here with me a very good friend. This is Todd Ziegler, and he is with the Alley Theater. I'm not going to talk to you like I don't know you, because we do know each other rather well.
Yes, pretty well,
So
I would say.
Get off your cell phone.
Okay, I'm
Just
sorry.
saying.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I love that song because I've lived that song.
Yeah.
I won't say which side of it from, but I've lived that song.
Both sides.
Yeah,
don't
that's
lie.
true. That's true.
Okay, so Todd and I know each other. We go way back. And Todd is, I said, artistic director of the Alley Theater. And we've been working on a mutual project together. So why don't you tell the folks out there why you're here?
Well, I am here to talk about the Alley Theater's Christmas special production we're doing. It is a live stage show called All the Who's in Whoville. And it is, for those of you that are fans of Dr. Seuss, something for you. And those of you that are fans of Doctor Who, it's a little something for you. It is a particular green-tinted villain from the Dr. Seuss universe has returned from his changed ways and reverted back to being a bad guy and is going to steal Christmas, but a time traveler in a big box that's bigger on the inside shows up to try to put a stop to it.
Protecting every single copyright you possibly could in that one
Absolutely.
sentence.
That's how vague can I be today while trying to get as many people as possible to come to our show.
So not only are you the artistic director, but you're also the playwright.
Yes.
I'm fortunate enough to be directing the show, and it's an amazing show. We've had so much fun. We actually have rehearsal right after we leave here. We have to go. So tell me just a little bit about your process in writing the show. Now, I know kind of where it came from, but what inspired this particular story?
Well, typically, I've written a couple plays for the Alley, and usually it comes from, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we did this? We did the Inhumana Festival of Undead, Zombie, and Vampire Theater because we have the Humana Festival in town, and I thought, Humana, Inhumana, that's kind of funny. Let's see how it works. And from this, I thought, Doctor Who, Whoville, let's see how that works. And like most writing projects I give myself, I buried myself under a mountain of responsibility of research and learning everything I could possibly learn about Doctor Who and Dr. Seuss and just learning and getting to know these characters and their histories until they just started speaking to me and writing themselves, which is the greatest gift a playwright can get when his characters stop by and say, okay, just start writing. We'll take it from here.
Well, it's two huge universes. I mean, I'm a geek from way back, so I love both, and especially Doctor Who. My kids love Dr. Seuss. I grew up with Dr. Seuss, but Doctor Who, watching episodes with my dad growing up and now getting into the newer seasons. And there are two huge universes that you are putting together. And I've actually been very impressed. You know how picky I am about what I direct and the things that I do. Watch it there, buddy. Don't start texting while I'm talking. But one of the things I was really impressed with this script was how you are able to really make both of the worlds make sense, because there are some similarities. I mean, especially in the history of Dr. Seuss and going back, and you were taking a look at a couple of different things. How easy was it to meld those two worlds together? Did it happen pretty quickly, or was it one of those things that it was just happenstance, one on top of the other?
It started as a germ of an idea, and the more I learned and got into the depths of thing, which is another thing when I write a play, you need to come with a study guide generally if I'm writing about something that's pre-existing. There are, beyond the Christmas special, two other Grinch specials, a Halloween one and just the Grinch meets up with the Cat in the Hat and hilarity ensues. And what I had never realized is that in those, Dr. Seuss himself kind of made the Grinch a sci-fi villain. He has...
Yeah, they're pretty twisted.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen them, Rusty, those two specials? Your kids ever watch them?
Yeah, the Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the ones that you're speaking of specifically. The
Halloween
the
is
Halloween
Grinch
one,
night.
That one's it's twisted.
It's very weird.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, and then just the Grinch is the Cat in the Hat. He just starts showing up with sci-fi machines. One creates a worldwide blackout, and one sucks all the sound out of everything. And it's Dr. Seuss, but it's like he's gone from stealing Christmas to being in in like the Star Wars universe. It's just, it's bizarre. So pairing him with the ultimate sci-fi hero, Doctor Who, kind of made perfect sense in a way.
Well, for the listeners that aren't familiar with Doctor Who, and I know a lot of people are, but some definitely aren't. I mean, like I said, my dad and I used to watch the series quite a bit, but my mom's completely clueless in terms of what the world is. Explain a little bit about what Doctor Who is and sort of the history and what's coming up pretty soon on November the 23rd.
Yes, it's an incredibly fortunate coincidence that I completely am trying to exploit, that it's the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who coming into existence. Doctor Who is a British sci-fi fantasy TV show about a character called a Time Lord who has been alive for several hundred years. He travels around in a spaceship that can travel through space and time, and he just goes adventuring around all periods of history and all throughout the universe, righting wrongs, saving the day, taking along companions that happen to show up in his box with him, and they help him along the way. And the trick that they've kept it going for 50 years is that every time either an actor's contract runs out or the show goes off the air for a bit, but they're bringing it back, the Time Lord species, whenever their lifespan runs out, they regenerate. They don't die or pass away. They regenerate into another actor who has a contract for the next 3 years, and they can keep the series going. And
as an actor, I love that idea.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And they're for the actual TV show, they're about to start with the 12th Doctor on Christmas Day. They have their own Christmas special, which is where the Whoville idea of a Christmas special stage show came from. So November 23rd, I believe, is the 50th anniversary. It's the Day of the Doctor. They're showing it at movie theaters all over the world, as well as on the BBC TV station. And then December 25th is the Doctor Who Christmas special on the BBC, where the next Doctor is introduced. So it's a nice bit of happenstance for us.
Yeah. So the calendar works out very conveniently, I might say, as director, because the show opens in December, and it runs the first 3 weekends in December.
Yes.
How can give us our show dates and tell folks how they can purchase tickets, and then I want to talk to everybody a little bit about the Alley Theater and what else you guys have going on.
Sure. It opens December 5th, Thursday, December 5th, runs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for 3 weeks through Saturday, December 21st. You can make reservations at 713-6178 or go to www.thealleytheater, and that is theater with an ER on the end, not an RE. If you make reservations at the Alley Theater with an RE on the end, you will end up in Houston, Texas.
We don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and they've come to us.
You can fly in the TARDIS maybe and go.
Possibly, yeah, but save yourself a trip and go to the Alley Theater with an RE.org, and you can purchase your tickets for any show night there.
Okay, with an RE or with an ER?
ER.
ER, okay, because you just said that backwards. So
of course I did.
The Alley Theater, ER.org.
ER.org. Yeah.
ER.org. And what's the phone number again?
713-6178.
Cool. What else is going on at the Alley that we need to know about?
Currently, we just opened this past weekend, our other sci-fi specials, as well as a fantasy special. We've gotten into the habit of doing theater as fast as we can do it. We've done Star Wars in 60 minutes or less, and right now we have a show called Three Heroes Walk into a Bar. We're doing something called the Princess Bride Cliff Notes of Insanity Edition, in which we do the classic fantasy film The Princess Bride from the 80s in about 30 minutes. At 9 p.m., some of you may remember Commando Cody from the old sci-fi movie serials. He's sort of like the Rocketeer, except instead of fighting Nazis, he fights Martians from Mars, except one of them is named Uranus. And that's at 9 p.m. At 10 p.m. is the classic of classic sci-fi serials, Flash Gordon, battling the evil Emperor Ming. The Princess Bride is very family-friendly. Commando Cody is for the big kids. And Flash Gordon, we look around and go, why are there still children here? It's kind of adult-oriented at 10 p.m.
It's hysterical, though. I saw it on Halloween, actually, at the Hard Rock, and it was a lot of fun. Very cool. Give us those addresses, the web address and the phone number again for All the Who's in Whoville.
Sure thing. All the Who's in Whoville starts Thursday, December 5th, runs through December 21st, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings for 3 weeks. And All the Who's in Three Heroes Walk into a Bar is Fridays and Saturdays for the next 2 weeks. You can get your tickets by calling 713-6178 or going to www.thealleytheater with an ER, I got it right,
That's good.
.org.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Todd. I will definitely see you at rehearsal. And I want to thank you for being here. This is Todd Ziegler with the Alley Theater. And we would like to thank the folks at Eternal Health Yoga for their sponsorship of Take It From Tara.
I knew I was going to get it wrong.
Eternal Health Yoga at 3410 Frankfurt Avenue in Louisville's Crescent Hill is dedicated to sharing the joyful benefits of yoga with you. Teacher Training 200-hour program is certified with the National Yoga Alliance, and classes are offered 7 days a week by certified yoga instructors. Varied class packages available, including the introductory 30 days for $35. All levels welcome. EternalHealthYoga.com online and on Facebook, 502-424-3164. Celebrating 7 years of serving the Louisville, Southern Indiana community.
Well, we are back, and again, thanks to Eternal Health Yoga and all of the sponsors of Take It from Tara. I have with me Kim Torres of the Art from the Heart Gallery. How are you, Kim?
I'm doing good. How are you?
That's awesome. I'm very, very good. We have another song from Rusty, Rusty Bladen. Rusty, what do you got for us?
I've got one that I scored points with my wife and my mother-in-law all in the same song.
Ooh,
it's called She Gets It All From Her Mama. Hates heavy metal music. She can't stand rap. Says it sounds like crap. And that's a fact. My girl, she's always shopping for a bargain or out working in her garden. Where'd she learn to do that? I bet she got it all from her mama. All from her mama. When it comes to the simple things, I know she gets it all from her mama. My girl, you know she's always been pretty. She grew up in the city, but now she likes it in the country. She's so shy, but she's a center of attention. Just watch her start dancing. Who taught her how to do that? I bet she got it all from her mama. All from her mama. Yeah, when it comes to the simple things, I know she gets it all from her mama. The fruit don't fall far from the tree. I know exactly what that old saying means. She's a modern girl who loves antiques. She's not afraid to say what she thinks. She takes her rest from a long, hard day with her cigarettes and her Chardonnay. Now she don't want what she don't need. She's got it in her walk and got it in her jeans. Got it in her jeans. She gets it all from her mama. All from her mama. When it comes to the simple things, I know she gets it all from her mama. All from her mama.
Woo! I bet you did win some brownie points with that. Awesome, Rusty. We'll be back to you in just a minute. Thank you so much. Well, here with me, I have the lovely Kim Torres from the Art from the Heart Gallery. I met Kim and her partner, Sandy. When was it? When was that event? It was this summer.
It was this summer.
It was this summer. I was there with my business partner, Herschel Zond.
Right.
And we set up some of our art and had just a little
it was around
communal.
Labor Day.
Yeah, that's
Labor
when it
Day
was.
weekend.
That's when it
That's
was.
right.
And we had kind of a little communal art sale and met some great people. Well, Kim, tell us a little bit of about Art from the Heart Gallery, just to educate folks out there, and then we'll talk about some of the events you've got coming up.
Well, my partner Sandy and I had wanted for some time to have our own art gallery, but both being artists, our means were somewhat limited. So when we were able to rent a small shotgun house in Butchertown, we realized it would be an ideal location for a gallery. And so when we moved in, we just decided to turn the front room of the house into a gallery, and
And
so
it's perfect.
Yeah,
It's
it's
great.
wonderful. And we're right near Nulu. We're 1 block from Nulu. You can trolley hop to us either first or last Friday, either one. And we just put up our 10th exhibit.
That's so awesome.
So we've had
Happy 10th anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you. So for 10 months now, we've been putting up a new show. It's usually a little crazy around our house that week. So right now we have a group exhibit up. It's an abstract exhibit. And then just this month, we're also opening up the middle room of the house to be more of a gallery.
Wow.
I mean, we still live in that room, but all the work in that room is also for sale. So it's kind of just expanding as we go.
That's great. Now, tell me just a little bit, because I know you guys do other programs out of Art from the Heart, and there were some different things that you were telling Herschel and I about, and I've been following you guys on Facebook like crazy. What is it Art from the Heart on Facebook? What is your Facebook
It's
tag?
Art from the Heart Gallery and Publishing.
And publishing, that's right,
Right.
because you guys do publishing.
Exactly.
And do you have a Twitter handle as well?
We do not.
Okay. That makes me think of your song, the tweet, the Twitter. Like I said, I've been following you guys on Facebook, and of course, through different things that we've done together. Tell us just kind of the other things that you guys have going on, because there are classes and all sorts of different groups that you guys have.
Well, my partner Sandy has been mentoring homeschoolers for the better part of 30 years. She's always been involved in education. So 2 days a week, we have kids come there to study and be mentored and just be in the gallery and be in the space and do what they do. And then we also have started having some workshops, some creative workshops on Tuesday evenings twice a month. And that you can also find out about on our Facebook page.
Cool.
But
tell me a little bit more about the creative workshops, because I have a lot of friends listening who are artists and that would absolutely love to do something like
it's
this.
kind of combining up. We have another for lack of a better word, business called Lucent Dreams, which is really all about living intentionally and living your best life, whatever that is. And so these workshops combine up creativity and creating art with principles of living more intentionally and authentically. And so, for example, the next one we have coming up is called Excavating Your Essential Self through collage. So basically, we go through a process of helping you identify key elements of your essential self, who you are deep down inside, and then create art that reflects that. And then that's something you can display that you'll see in your day-to-day life.
That's
and be
awesome.
kind of a touch point for you to stay true to that, because we get so many messages everywhere we go, all day, every day, about what we should want and who we should be. And so a big part of what Sandy and I do and help other people do is stay true to who you really are, no matter what the world or your family or your friends or your boss or your coworkers are telling you should be.
Yeah.
Who are you? Well, be that person. That's what we seek to do as artists and having a gallery. We're trying to live our most authentic life.
And live intentionally, it seems.
Exactly.
And I love everything that you guys do, just
Thank you.
visually. And one of the things that I saw at the show that we did together, and then of course at our day out in the sun with art, were the window panes that you have with that kind of thing. That to me is just I can imagine that kind of work with that kind of medium is so therapeutic. That essential self idea probably really comes through.
It is,
at those
and
times.
especially for me, the windows have been a way to display a lot of my photography, which is really walking around Butchertown and other parts of the city and taking photos. And it's a lot of abstracts, a lot of urban decay, a lot of buildings, just really the vibe that the city gives off, and displaying those in vintage windows rather than recreating, new frames and new products, putting those in something that has also a history and an energy. And the artwork, I have to say myself, looks pretty darn amazing.
It's really, really good.
And, those are up at the gallery right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're up in the middle room of the house.
Okay,
Not
okay.
the main gallery exhibit, but they are up.
So if someone wants to support the work that you do, even maybe just to make a donation or come by and purchase art, how do we've got Facebook, we talked about that. How do they get in touch with you, and in what ways can they give?
Well, we're always open to art purchases, and we have everything from, things that cost $20 to things that cost $500. One of the things we like to do is be really accessible. We also have reprints of local artists' work, which are in the $25 to $50 range. So certainly buying art is the best way to support us. And you can find me, Kim Torres, on Facebook.
I love to chat with you on Facebook.
I
It's
am
awesome. You're so connected.
ubiquitous on Facebook.
You're always there.
Facebook and I are one.
Yes.
It's true. It's sad. It's true.
Well, Sandy accepts it. That's that's the important thing.
I can even talk to Sandy on Facebook when I need to.
Which is
so,
great. Isn't that
yeah.
funny? You know, and again, it makes me think of your song. I've been in conversations or in full rooms. You know, I've been in meetings before where I've sent somebody across the table from me that I could just look up and speak to a message on Facebook or a text message right in the middle of something. But for artists, you know, it's the way we connect. It's how we find gigs. It's how we sell our art. It's how we get the word out.
Well, you know, I just live my life kind of out loud in general. And I create, if I sit down in the morning and create and I have 3 or 4 digital images, well, they're all going to go on Facebook throughout the day. And I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop creating.
Her name is Kim, and she is addicted to Facebook.
Yeah. And I just, you know,
Kim.
artists want to be seen. They want
Yeah.
to say, hey, here's what I did today. Here's what I created today. And for me, Facebook is a cool way to do that. And, you know, I'm fortunate to have friends and supporters that aren't completely annoyed with that and are, in fact, as they tell me, inspired by it.
I'm
So
inspired by you
I
every
will
time
keep
I see
it up
something
then.
online.
And if anyone's annoyed, they can hide me.
Hide her, you know, but spread the word. Definitely spread the word about art from the heart. Well, Kim, thank you so much.
so much
being
for
here.
having me on.
I'm absolutely pleased. Tara was going to be so disappointed that she missed you, but
We're open every Friday night, by the way.
Excellent.
We have something going on at the gallery every Friday night, and we're open Tuesdays, Thursdays during the
that
day.
seems like a really good date idea. You know,
Yes,
bring your
it
loved
is a
one
good date.
and check out the art gallery. And it's such a pretty.
Exactly.
You guys have such a nice little street there to walk down.
It is.
and-
Butchertown is beautiful, and it's, you know, if you're going down there to have dinner or see other galleries, it's really easy just to stop in and say hey to us.
It's very good. Well, thank you, Kim. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we also want to say thank you to the team of Bravo and Rodan and Fields for their sponsorship of Take It From Tara on Crescent Hill Radio.
Rodan and Fields skincare consultants pride themselves on changing faces and changing lives on a daily basis. Two respected dermatologists, Dr. Katie Rodan and Dr. Kathy Fields, say that using their products is like visiting their office, but without the cost of seeing a dermatologist. At myrandf.com, you'll find helpful hints. Get a free skin analysis using the solution tool and discover Rodan and Fields' seasonal skincare recommendations. For more information, Maureen Bravo, 407-810-4665. Email maureen.ruii@gmail.com. On the web at maureenbravo at myrandf.com.
Hello, it's Catherine Ray Farrow. I am not Tara Bassett. I couldn't even measure up to Tara Bassett. Tara Bassett is not here tonight, but I am so pleased to be guest hosting. I have with me Rusty Bladen, who has been playing for us all night. He has got some amazing music. And Rusty, we were just talking about, you know, how long do we have? I'd love to hear 2 songs from you. I don't want to have to make you choose. We've got about 8 minutes or so to fill. So I do want to talk to you first before you get started. We were talking about your album and coming out in March. Tell me a little bit about the inspiration. You said this is your 8th album?
This is my 8th album, yes.
Congratulations.
And, I've been doing, I've been playing music professionally almost 30 years.
Wow.
And the last real job I had, I was a psychiatric attendant at the Madison State Hospital. And
So you are a musician. Okay.
I blended in pretty good.
Awesome.
But yeah, I love my job, and as a matter of fact, I play full time,
Okay.
and I'm going to be giving away a free house party concert. I do this once a year.
Nice.
All my shows, we sign everybody up, and we have a drawing once a year for a free house party concert where I come to your house and play, and you can invite friends or whatever.
That's great.
And we're going to announce the winner at rustybladen.com this Thursday night.
Oh, this Thursday night.
So
should I drum roll?
You should go to rustybladen.com and sign up.
Ooh, I would love to.
There's 3 more days left, and
Ooh, okay.
you never know.
That's great. I'll cross my fingers.
Yeah.
What are we going to hear?
Well, this is my smoking song.
Okay. We'll puff away.
Anti-smoking song. I smoke like a train that's overloaded. It's like dragging a chain with a locomotive, burning these rails for many a time. Just look down the tracks underneath my eyes. Whistle is blowing right through my brain. Somebody help me, I smoke like a train. I started out young, I was in my nicotines. I was looking for some fun, man, blowing off some steam. Along come Big Bad Bubba, he said, try this cigarette. If you wanna be cool, that's as cool as you're gonna get. I'm huffing and puffing and going insane. Somebody help me, I smoke like a train. Well, I smoke Viceroys and L&Ms, Chesterfield and Virginia Slim, regulars and menthols, Camels and Pall Mall, Winston and Lucky Strike, Salem and Marlboro Light, long and short and filter kings, and watch me now, I'm turning green. Mr. Brown and Mr. Williamson, they're the bravest engineers, and their buddy Philip Morris, he's conducting at the rear. All the cars are full with nicotine slaves, and we're having a party, rolling to our graves. Whistle is blowing right through my brain. Somebody help me, I smoke like a train. Yeah, I smoke Viceroys, L&M, Chesterfield and Virginia Slim, regulars and menthols, Camels and Pall Mall, Winston and Lucky Strike, Salem and Marlboro Light, long and short and filter king, and homegrown and mean green. Huffing and puffing, going insane. Somebody help me, I smoke like a train. Whistle is blowing right through my brain. Somebody help me, I smoke like a train. Smoking and choking and singing this refrain. Somebody help me, I smoke like a train.
Well, Rusty, I don't know how you're going to top that. We need another song
Oh, gosh.
from you. But that was, dare I ask your inspiration for that particular song?
A neighbor came by who
Yeah.
smoked 3 packs a day, and he said, Rusty, you should write a song about smoking cigarettes and do an anti-smoking song. Trying
And
to quit.
you did.
Yeah.
Very good. You got something that's about maybe 2 or so minutes for us?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Awesome.
Are you happy now? You got your way. You pushed and shoved till I ran away. Are you happy now? Are you running wild? I wonder how. Are you safe and warm in your mama's house? Are you really home? Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Oh, are you really happy now? Are you happy now? You got it all. I'm spinning round. I've been punching walls. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Oh, are you happy now with your new man? Can he comfort you? Does he understand? Are you happy now? I'm breaking down and I get back up, but I don't know how. Oh, are you really happy? Are you really happy now? Are you happy now? I hope you're happy now.
Rusty Bladen. Rusty, how can we find you on iTunes? Just under Rusty Bladen?
Rusty Bladen.
Excellent.
iTunes, rustybladen.com. And I do the Facebook thing too.
Oh,
Probably
the Facebook
too
thing?
much.
Okay. Do you have a fan page, just Rusty Bladen?
I have two. The
real
first
you
page
and
got full, so I had to start the fan page. So
Awesome. Very good. Well, thank you, Rusty, so much for being here.
Thank
I got a text from Tara. She wanted me to tell everybody thank you so much for tuning in. And I want to say a special thanks to all of our guests, of course. Music by Rusty Bladen, just absolutely awesome, awesome stuff. Kim Torres from Art from the Heart. Tommy Arnold with Feast on Equality. Walter Oster telling us about the Wounded Warriors Project and their concert, For Heroes, that's coming up this Friday. And we want to send special love and appreciation to Don Leffert, who could not be here this evening, but thanks so much to Todd Ziegler with the Alley Theater, who came to talk to us about everything that the Alley has going on, including all the Who's in Whoville, which will be going up in December. Next week, Lisa Siebert, great friend of mine from Extreme Media. You don't want to miss her. Mike Berry from Kentucky Derby Festival, John Vessel, and his one-woman show. And Sharon Cecil will talk about We Survive, which is her favorite project. You want to make sure you check out our archives via CrescentHillRadio.com, the website, SoundCloud, Ustream, and YouTube. Tara, we'll see you next Monday on Take It From Tara, 5 to 6 p.m. on Crescent Hill Radio. Now, it says here that you're going to sing the jingle live. Are you going to do that?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Maybe we'll just sing it with the canned music.
I didn't get that memo.
I just saw the memo, so there we go. Thank you very much from Catherine Furrow for Tara Bassett on Take It From Tara with Crescent Hill Radio.